Holy mountains, pistons, and shock absorbers, Batman! Hello there, Dark Knights, and welcome back to Build with the Boys. We now have issue 56 of Hachette's Build the Batmobile Tumbler. Now, in this one, we'll be doing the mountains, the pistons, and the shock absorbers. Now, it's a little fiddly, but it's not. You know, I think we'll be all right. There's a lot of screws in this one. But again, I just think this is... Yeah, I think this might be a little tweezery. It's a little fiddly. If you've got massive hands like mine, I mean, honestly, look at the size of these things. It's going to be difficult, but if you don't, you'll be all right, you know? It'll be okay. This is where it pays off. But it's going to look nice. So we're starting to more detail into this front section. And ultimately, that's what we're going to be looking at, that kind of, you know, Tumbler front section. So it'll be nice. I love the bronze sort of brassy colour that's added to this. I think it really helps to break up the black because there's so much, it's such a dark vehicle. But this gives it some very much needed kind of bling, a little bit of colour, you know. So this look nice. At the end of this one, we'll be talking more about the bizarre story of Justice League Mortal, the movie that never was, but nearly was. Because they've now got the cast, they've now got the director, they've now got... So we're off to the races. They've all gone for suit fittings and they've made the suits. And I've got pictures of what that cast would look like in their suits. Because this all exists. As I said, Warner Brothers dumped a ton of money into this, but we'll talk about that at the end. Without further ado, let's get this one open. Let's get this one built. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. Okay, my little Cape Crusaders. Let's see what it is we're dealing with inside 56. So there are our KP and UP screws. I don't think we've had UP before. We might have, but I don't remember seeing that. Let's see what's in here. This seems weird for what I think is, yeah. Oh, that was in an envelope, but okay. Right. So, yeah, that's what we've got. And it's all plastic. I'm going to just put those in an envelope. These are all plastic, so all of this is plastic. So that is what you get in 56. Now, we are going to add these to the video call. And I think, as I said, in the header, this might be a little fiddly. I might be wrong, but I reckon it might be. Functionality, they have none. They are aesthetic. So even though they're shock absorbers, these are absorbing no shock, believe me. So let's bring the front of the car up and let's get this built. Okay, so we're going to build the shock absorber mountains to begin with. Now, the easiest way of doing this is finding L. There you go, so we've got an L there. We're going to start with the L. Now, it doesn't matter which one of these you use because they're both exactly the same, but we are going to be using the UP screws for this as well. So we've got two of these to make. It's easier to do this without the car up on the workbench here. Right. So this is one of those things that look straightforward, but I bet it ain't. Right, so here we go. Taking one of these. Yeah, it makes no odds which way around it goes. Right, we're going to go through there, and we are going to attach this with a single UP screw. Now, this is plastic into plastic, so no need to oil in these or anything like that. You just don't need to. Right. If you do want to, though, if you ever... Because I say that all the time, you don't need to oil plastic. But if you want it to move... So if you've got a movable part... and you want it to move more freely, but you don't want to use oil. I wouldn't use oil on plastic. I just wouldn't. It gives a really ugly look. Wax. So you can run some wax on the internal part, moving part, and it'll have a nice effect on the movement. So that's that one in. There you go. Now, mine's stiff as hell. That's what I mean. So there you go. If you wanted to wax it, you could wax it. You could loosen the screw as well, I suppose, but there we go. I kind of want firm. Until I know what this is doing, I want them firm. I don't want anything, you know, floppy. I want it firm. It's kind of like if you saw Ecto 1, when I built the gurney, I tightened the screws up like ridiculously so the legs wouldn't move, so I could find out exactly what I want it to do. And then I loosened them. So now when you pull the gurney out the back of... we've got some flash on there. Now when you pull the gurney out of Ecto 1, the legs drop immediately. And that is the effect I was going for. Right, so... taking this one here, pop screw into this one, there we go, right, There we go. There we go. Let's tighten that up again. And so I know what this is doing and where it's going. I want it tight. I can loosen it as I choose to. There we go. So it's firm. So it'll hold its position wherever it goes. There we go. Right, let's bring the car up and get these installed. Okay, so this is the side we're working on. We want 56B, which, if I'm correct, is the one with the R. It is. So we need the right. That's what it's asking for. And what we're going to do is we're going to install this one into these two holes that you can see here. So we're going to pop that in, and then, yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to thread it through this metal piece first, because I think that might be, oh, bloody hell, that's got no give. Okay, let's see if we can figure this one out. Okay, so that's that. Now that one in, we just push it in. You lock it up, push it in. I had a bit of extra flush on my pins, so that caused me some problems, but it's all sorted now. So there we go. That's that one in and that one in, both in. Now that was tough. This looks like it's going to be a right bugger. So the next thing we're doing is we're fitting the pistons across here and across here and screwing them in. That doesn't look like it's going to be fun, but let's try it. Okay, so we're going to fit the short shock absorber. This is this one here. That's one of the shorter silver piece. And what's going to happen is we are going to, this is an easy to do whilst I'm filming. It's going to slot into this side piece here and into the furthest hole there. So that's how this is going to go. Then we're going to hold that in place with one screw. I'll get one screw and then we'll show you how that looks. So put the lower screw in to hold it in place. Now hopefully we're going to have to support this one to do this. I need this to find its sweet spot. It's not the easiest thing, because I mean, this is literally being screwed in blind. No, I have to take another look at that. So that's now in. That's really not the easiest thing to do. This one is a bit of a nightmare because you're doing it blind. So you've got to kind of trial and error until you find the sweet spot. We're now doing the exact same thing with this one. Going this way round. We're going to go into this one here and the front hole there, screwed in place. Okay, so that's the second one screwed in. I like it. I really like how that looks. Now we do the exact same thing on this side. Now, just for reference, we go into the second hole in. So we go this one here and this one. So the short one goes in there, the long one goes in there. It's looking nice. I'll get that one done. We'll take a look. So there we are. It's so dusty. I need to proper clean. Those are those in place. I like it. I mean, again, for those that are not doing much, I know, but I think it has an impact. I think it all has an impact. I think it all brings us a bit more to life. Detailing's always good, man. I love detailing, so it doesn't need to be huge pieces for me. This is all we're doing with this for a while now, so this is going away, and bizarrely, we're going to start working on the roof of all things, but we'll have a chat about that. All done, and it's not difficult, but it's not easy. I wouldn't say it's simple, because having to get behind those wheels with, again, like this, it's not the easiest thing. These are very small screws. My eyes are crap, and I've got tiny black screws against black body parts. It's not easy. It really isn't easy, but it's not difficult. It's, if you've got better eyes and smaller hands than me, you're going to be fine. But I like it. I like the detailing. And again, it's been a weird journey, the Tumbler. It has, but I'm enjoying it. I like the detailing on it. I like seeing this come to life. And again, that kind of orangey sort of brass colour against black, I like it. We're not doing anything with this one for a while. I mean, I don't know when we're going to come back to the front of it. But what we're doing next was building the engine panel in the next issue, which is going to be interesting because the reason why it's going to be interesting is because there really is nowhere for that to go. And it seems odd that that's a choice where that sits literally on top of the car. So it's an odd choice, but that's what we're doing. We're taking a very strange path to where we're going, but we'll get there. That's all for the build instructions for this one. If you're sticking around for a bat chat, we are talking about Justice League Mortal. Now, So the whole cast is now in place. They've all met. They're all buddies, and we're going to start filming it. Before they start filming it, your superheroes going to have to look like superheroes. So they hired Weta, who did the special effects for Lord of the Rings, famously, and a lot of other movies as well, to design the costumes for the Justice League, and they did. So they made outfits for everyone. Right, and this is what I mean. So this wasn't like it never got past table read. They were making this movie, so everyone had full body cast done. They made the outfits, and the cast wore the outfits. You can see the outfits now. I don't think this is any like major reveal because I'm sure you can imagine what the outfits look like. But here are some pictures of the Justice League Mortal cast in costume. The only one we don't have, no one's been able to find it, is Green Lantern. So for whatever reason, Green Lantern isn't in any of the stills they did, but everyone else is. So here is what the Justice League Mortal cast looked like. Now you have to appreciate these are low resolution images, but this is what it would have looked like. That's them, and these images were kind of shown at various cons and whatnot, and investor meetings, and you know, here is the Justice League, we are going. And this made people sort of sit up and take notice around this time, because we all knew they were making The Dark Knight, and we're like, this is really weird that they clearly didn't have faith in Nolan's Dark Knight. That's what this says to me, that they have no faith that it's going to be a hit. That, and the other thing that we've spoken about before, Warner Brothers love merchandise, love it. And even though Batman Begins was a big hit, didn't sell toys. Too dark, did not sell toys. And what they want to do is sell toys. They want this in McDonald's, they want to sell toys. That's what they want to do. Nolan's dark Batman is not going to sell toys. That you just looked at is going to sell toys, right? So I think that's what's going on. I think it's almost as if Warner Brothers has gone, okay, well, critically and box office-wise, that one, but merch-wise, this one. Because, you know, we'd have an action figure of all of them. Yay! And it's just weird. It was really weird. But we're off to the races. So now the sets are being built as well. So we're over in Australia. Everyone's there. Sets are being built. We're going to start filming. Are we? We'll find out in the next one. That's all for this one. In a world we can be anything at all, just be nice. Until next time, Gotham needs us. I'll see you then.